how actually you become a ghost producer if you're interested in making music, but you're not interested in performing or just being publicly present. Yeah, hangover, definitely. I went out to the club with a friend that was DJing there, so free drinks and then all this kind of stuff. It was fun, definitely fun, but now not feeling so good. I don't know why German clubs get full so late. Like usually by 1 or 2 it starts to get slowly full, and then like 2, 3, 4 is like the peak time. Which is kind of weird. It's too late for me. I like to be actually back at 3 or 4 the latest. But here, yeah, you kind of stay to 5, 6, 7. And at 5 something the sun is already up. Getting back home while it's bright outside, I hate it. That was good. Now, if you're a regular viewer, you exactly know what's coming next. Taking a shower is by far the best cure against the hangover, feeling a lot better. Since we talked a little bit about ghost production a couple of days ago, and yeah, it was quite controversial, and a lot of people asked me how actually you become a ghost producer if you're interested in making music, but you're not interested in performing or just being publicly present. And so I thought about, yeah, just sharing with you the story how I actually got into ghost productions. Like I think 3-4 years ago it all kind of started and slowly developed to a point where I was basically only making ghost productions. So it all started with moving to Berlin for half a year. Vanessa was doing an internship. I told her if she's doing it in Berlin I will come with her. And during my time in Berlin I got in contact with someone that is now a really good friend. He kind of kick-started basically everything for me, like at least what the things that have to do with making like music as a living. He introduced me to Get Physical, which is like really one of the biggest German underground techno labels, and played them 2 of my tracks that I had at that time. They really liked it and released it on their sub-label, which is called Kindisch. It's like the smaller label for younger artists. And this release was a big step up. Then a remix for the main label followed. And during my time in Berlin, I was just going out a whole lot, meeting people, getting in contact with them. And whenever I talked to someone else that was a DJ, I told them that I'm a producer and that I have a release on Kindisch and a remix on Get Physical. This helped me quite a lot because everyone knows that label. And a lot of people in Berlin are DJs and DJs only, so I started talking with them. Some of them were interested to check out my studio, which was back then just like a table, speakers, a laptop in my living room in Berlin that I shared with Vanessa. We had a really small apartment. Yeah, was a fun time that half year. So I slowly got to know more and more DJs that want to perform, want to DJ and can produce, and were looking for someone that could produce tracks for them. So I started doing like the first drafts, or was sending them older tracks of mine that I never released, or I had like unfinished tracks that I played them and asked them if they're interested. I would finish them for them, and this was kind of the first step. So I got like 2 or 3 people I was ghost producing for. Yeah, kind of like not the biggest guys in the scene, of course, like small guys, but it still made an income. And then I got in touch with bigger label, I can't really say the name. Some of their artists also needed ghost producers. Either their ghost producers stopped doing ghost productions or were just too expensive. So I slowly took over some of their artists, some bigger artists. And during that time I moved back to Düsseldorf to focus more on making music, because Berlin is good to get to know people and party and connect. But to just focus on producing, it's actually not that good, because you can party 24/7. And if all of your friends are just DJs and no one of them works during the week, you party quite a lot. So back here in Düsseldorf, I of course still had the connections. I did more ghost productions, like almost 2, 3, sometimes even 4 a week. And yeah, I kind of achieved my goal. I was making music for a living. I had enough to do whatever I wanted. Like, it was a really, really cool time, way better than now, financially speaking at least. But after 2 years, I kind of felt empty, because I wasn't doing what I actually wanted to do, what I started everything. Because like my main goal when I started producing, learning how to produce, was to make my own music and fulfill my vision and just do what I love. And I kind of drifted away to just making music for other people that then released it under their name. Some of them even had big success with it, more success than I ever had with my own productions. So I had kind of the feeling I need to switch and go back to just making my own music. And I thought the only way to do it is like have a really hard cut and just stop doing the ghost productions and force myself into making my own music and just making it with it. And that's also exactly the time where I started my very first vlog, like 1.5 years ago. And you can just go back and watch all of the videos and kind of see how I got from basically nothing to where I am right now, with my own label, with releases that are performing really good on Spotify, and I think a pretty good track coming up in less than 2 weeks. And just on a side note, I never thought when I was starting making the videos that this would work as it is right now. I just started making videos to kind of keep my family up to date on a weekly basis, because everyone was asking me what I'm actually doing the entire day, and also kind of to force myself, making it public, to stick to my plan and just follow it. And then slowly, like, people started to watch it that I didn't know and ask questions, so I kind of focused more on topics and this kind of stuff. And then I don't even know why I just switched to doing them dailies. Never thought I will get so far, but it's fun. It's making a whole lot of fun, and I'd say I wouldn't be at this position right now without the vlogs. It's definitely a part of my entire artist thing. So big thanks to all of you, and a lot were asking how to become a ghost producer. I can't really answer it, because my way is probably the usual way. You make a track, prove that you can produce, that's important, and then people start to contact you for ghost productions, or you get in contact, talk with them, and then just mention that you do productions. I don't think that any of the websites online are real and that it really works. It's probably just all a scam. So yeah, really prove that you can produce, release a track, pick any random artist name, have a website that people can contact you, and just go out there and get in touch with other people. Probably the best is to get in touch with DJs that can produce. Those are your customers, or maybe singers, songwriters, if you're going into a less electronic direction and just want to produce for people that are singing, performing. That's also a route to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it, how I got into doing ghost productions. I never planned it. It kind of happened naturally, and I didn't even focus it. And I'm happy that I'm not doing it anymore. I don't know, wasn't really my thing. I like to be free and do whatever I feel like is right, and not just making something someone else wants you to make. So right now I'm only doing mixing and mastering for other people. If you're interested in that, I will leave an email address down below. And now, I don't know, maybe going outside or just Netflix. House of Cards is really good.